Hello everyone and welcome back to Cities by Steven. You're talking to Steven. Welcome back to the channel. If this is your first time here, please hit that subscribe button, get that bell notification on so you don't miss out on the next episode of Brockton County, an Ontario themed city. And make sure to hit the like button. The like button helps the channel a lot. Today is Friday, and first of all, happy Friday. Second of all, that means it's time for a traffic update, or a traffic fix episode. And it's fitting that we're going along this highway here because we still have some rural highway interchanges to fix. Now that this area has been booming, we have some traffic congestion out in the boonies, and we need to fix that. And if we have time, then we'll do some other smaller things throughout the city, like zoning and stuff, but nothing major because today's episode is about traffic fixing. Last episode, I tried to take way too much on, and I said I wanted to do a sports thing, but instead we built this park underneath the bridge that we're seeing right now. And you know what? That park's great. It's not really attracting too many visitors, but that's okay for now. As the time zooms, hey, look at this, more of the park. As time goes on, we will receive more visitors, but it's definitely more of like a thematic park than like a park cheesing money or anything like that. But as you see on this highway, there's lots of cars that use this, and we need to look at improving traffic. So this is the interchange that we built up last week, I believe, and our traffic fix might have been the week before. Yeah, I think it was. And it works out great. It flows traffic perfectly for what we need it to do at this time, but things will change eventually as time goes on, and we'll definitely need to upgrade this into a more efficient interchange in the future, but the future is not right now. And we need to fix that, or we'll fix that at a later date. Okay, so we do have some traffic or some health issues over here from the noise. Perhaps this is something that we can start off with doing. Well, why don't we first of all take a look at how traffic is doing. So, you know, traffic does back up here a little bit, but not for very long, and it spreads out pretty good. So I think this will be fine to leave for this week. I say that as traffic really starts to back up here. Because we did also ban trucks from using Queen Street unless it was necessary. And yeah, wow, okay, so something that could be useful is adding in a third lane so more cars can queue up. So that's something we'll look at doing in the future. But this is all fine. This is all clear. Yeah, okay, that's good. Oh, that's the rail line. Whoa. Okay, so this is a heavily used area, and if we go over here, how about I disable the fog? So I'll need to go into options here and go to hide it, and let's see if I can find it really quickly. Effects, edge fog. There we go. Yeah, so we have lots of cars queuing up here. This is the node where they all decide to change, or if they're where they're going or not. So something you can do is just to hold. Oh well, not you don't have to hold Alt, but you can just stretch it out a bit. But if you go too far, that looks like it's messing things up over there. There we go. Bit of a traffic jam. So we'll have to look at fixing that. Let's go back to our traffic view. Where is it? Holy cow. There it is. Yeah, so I think what we'll do is we'll add a second lane in over there, and that'll be useful. Alright, so this is just busy. I do want to actually, let's start off by doing this. I noticed earlier that the only way into this neighborhood is by going over top the train tracks, and that is not cool with me. So something I want to do, 2 units, 3+ lanes. Let's use the vanilla one. We're gonna add an asymmetrical road right here. And why was collision off? What? Okay, well let's get rid of these trees. And then I also want to make sure zoning isn't on this road. So then, oh, I gotta go back and do it on this one too, don't I? Okay, no zoning. There we go. Perfect. So we will probably lose these houses, unfortunately, but nothing you can do about that. We'll let that come back in. Hopefully nothing really jumped too much. But with that now, we can come into our traffic manager and just make sure there's dedicated turning lanes here. It's not really necessary because this isn't really like a huge area, so we can probably just give this a dedicated left. Yeah, I think that'll work. And this doesn't need to be a traffic light either. Instead, we can just make this a yield. This one probably could do for being a traffic light. I'm trying to use the traffic lights a bit more than normal. Alright, so now there's 2 entrances into this neighborhood, which it was lacking before. And why don't we look at just smoothing out this area a bit too. Okay, let's go to this. We'll extend it out a bit. And then we'll come back in with a bit, bit of smoothing here. Didn't really do much. Alright, well, we'll leave it. Okay, so let's go back to looking at traffic because we haven't even got to the worst parts yet. Traffic, okay, so we're pretty good over here. This diamond interchange is effective for what it is. It's really just to service the farm for now, so we'll have to change it eventually. But we get over here and there's a lot of issues. I'm just gonna skip by and let's look at over here. Yes, we have the same queuing issue, so we definitely need more lanes. And then we come up over here and we upgraded this one a little while ago, or I think I did just to test it out, and it worked. So we're gonna have to delete the roads here and make it a 4-lane queue. For some reason, the cars like it better. All right, and then follow this one in, and this is a pretty bad interchange, so we'll have to fix this rural interchange. And then we also did this one last episode, and it's flowing a lot better. We actually put a traffic light in, and it's been working. That was funny. Yeah, you know, it flows pretty well. Could probably make this look a bit nicer, but we'll probably have to come back and fix this at a later date anyways, so that's okay with me. And then if we come over here, we have our little stupid turnaround because so many cars are just spawning into the city and then leaving, and it was an issue that was causing some more traffic congestion than is normal. So we have this little stupid little thing to to help that out. A little hack if you have it, I guess. But I'm really excited to build it this way because this is a pretty cool little area here. Okay, anyways, so we're gonna focus today's episode on these interchanges out here and this one, these 3 interchanges. But there's something I want to do first, and that is I want to add a lane in on our main highway here. So we're highway, I want to go to 3 lanes. Let's try to find the vanilla one. Highway with sound barrier, okay. And we're gonna go to 3 lanes right through here. And the reason is we're gonna kind of have a do some lane mathematics here. So 3, 1 plus 2, 3, 3 minus 1, 2 lanes. And we're just gonna upgrade. Oh no, we lost Laura Secord Bridge. Okay, we'll come fix that in a little minute here, but let's get this in first. Okay, so next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna take move it. I'm gonna grab, this is why we left like a little bit of a right of way along the highway here, because we knew that eventually we would have to do this. So I'm gonna pull it back a little bit. I'm gonna do the same thing over on this side. And I'm just gonna pull it back ever so slightly. And we did lose a bunch of our lane arrows and stuff like that, so we'll have to come back and fix that. But let's use node controller now. So we're done with this, thank you. Node controller, we're just gonna click this and it's gonna square off the node. And we can actually pull this one forward a bit. Okay, and then we'll do the same thing. So I'm gonna click it twice. Here, square the node. And we have lots of opportunity to draw in some lines here. And remember how we had that 6 to 6 citizen? That's probably from noise pollution from the highway. So it's good that we're doing this. And then let's come over here and let's actually just exit move it here. Come pull this up. Square the node, which is this one. Okay, we're gonna come back here and click it twice. Then we're gonna square the node. Okay, pull this forward as much as possible. Forgot to do it on this side. There we go. So we kind of fused the sound barrier together here, but we're lucky that we can do that with on PC. Okay, so let's try to find this one, 2-lane with sound barrier, and I'll just pop that in. Okay, and we'll put a sound barrier over here, and then since we're doing lane mathematics, we will add in some lanes here. Let's actually not put sound barriers in this one. Whoa, got some glitchiness happening. Okay, well, let's use node controller, and we'll just kind of stretch the node out a bit. Right here, stretch it out a bit. Okay, well, I didn't mean to do that. There we go. So it kind of gives us an extra lane to queue up into. And then if we come over into here, we can just use this. Quick little lane adjustment arrows. Get some dedicated lanes. Really helpful. And then over here, we don't actually need this one to be a dedicated. We'll allow cars to be able to switch though. Anyway, so we're not going to spend too much time on this interchange, except for making sure that they all have dedicated on-ramps. And over here, since we just changed this one, which previously existed, we'll have to do that. Then did we mess this one up? We didn't, because we're allowing them to choose whichever lane they want to go into. Okay, so that is good. This is an off, and we have the capabilities of making it a dedicated lane now. And this is an on, so we can change this one as well. Okay, and then another great tip with the node controller, especially the new one, is if you do this, so you click this node, you hold shift, you can align these two together so that it's a bit straighter, even though it doesn't really look like it. Let's just leave it at that. That's okay. It works. We'll come back on this side and we'll do the same thing. Actually, that's pretty straight, but let's just hold shift. It works. Okay, anyways, so let's continue on. Let's go back to highways here. Let's find our 2-lane highway with sound barrier. And we are just going to upgrade along the inside of this interchange here. That's going to really help out with that. And the thing is, it leaves gaps when you use node controller like this. So a great tip is to go into fences here and use the zoo fence and turn off all guidelines, leave anarchy on, and then just do that, and it kind of fills it in. Another great tip over here, freeform road, kind of do the same kind of thing, and then we can come back later and just set them up a bit nicer. But that is kind of a little tip to make it seem like the fencing still continues, or the sound barrier fence at least. A bit wavy, that one. Alright, so then we can come over here, and then let's get back over to our 3-lane, what am I doing? 3-lane highway. We're starting off with this because I think this is going to fix a lot of issues we have. Okay, so that's 2-lane. This is elevated here, so if we just click that, it should be fine. But let's go to elevated. And we're going to have to come back and fix this section. So I'm just going to plant these in first, And then we're going to readjust here. Okay, so something we need to do is use the node controller now that we've placed this in. Square them off. And we're going to pull this one forward as much as we can. That works, okay. And then do it again, double click the node controller, square the node. And yeah, we're pretty good here. So this is the taxi depot. It's in a pretty good place. It's not really in the way. But I will come back and detail this a bit later at a later date. And we'll do it on all of them because I don't want to spend time detailing. And we have opportunities to do detailing episodes as well. And same with the lane designs. So we'll just pull these out a bit. Yeah, that works pretty good. And then we'll just kind of do the same thing over here. Okay, so we're just going to extend all these out to here, and I will also just get a bit of a dedicated lane over here. Gotta give it a bit more space here. Okay, we're actually just going to do something really quickly, and that is we're going to fix Laura Seacourt Bridge because I just realized I forgot to do that. Okay, so we were using the normal park path bridge, I believe. Here we are. And now that this pillar is in the way, we need to make sure that we delete it. And here we go. So let's go elevated, connect up. Now let's turn guidelines on. And what we're going to do is we're just going to change it up a bit on this side than what we previously had it at. So I'm going to click home, and I'm going to turn guidelines off again. Oh, I thought I did. Guidelines off. And what we're going to do is, let's actually go in this direction. We're going to go like this, and then I'm going to tap it up to 3 here. And then we're going to pop it out ever so slightly. There we go. And then we're going to come back into home here. Then we're just going to readjust it with move it. Right up to the edge of the highway. Like so. Yeah, so now pedestrians can use this bridge. They'll swing up like this, and then I think what I'm going to do is I'm actually just going to raise this up very little bit. And there we go. So pedestrians will now use the bridge. It's a bit longer than normal, or than it was previously, but it still maintains its use. And we're just going to move this tree over here for now because we don't really need it. Alright, so we fixed that. And now this is flowing very nicely. Let's get back into our readjusting of the road here. So I'm just going to repause the game while we're doing this. And I'm just going to adjust this side because it's a bit easier just to do one. But right at the junction here, we're going to have to do both sides. Okay, so let's go back into our node controller here and square the node. It's the fastest way to make this look nice. Okay, and we got a bit of clipping here, so I'm just going to pull that out a bit. And now that we have that in place, let's go to our lanes here. Give some dedicated on and off ramps. Or dedicated on and off lanes. And we'll come back over here and we'll do the same thing because I don't think we did it on this side. Okay, we did on that side. Perfect. So hopefully now cars, lots of space to change in between these lanes, and it looks like it's going to work. We just have this side now. Please move it to readjust this to avoid the clipping here, we'll start off with the node controller, square the lane. Oops, there we go. Square it off. And then we can also do this, which I keep forgetting to do. Oh, I don't actually like how that turned out, but what can you do? Gotta learn to do it from the other direction. Okay, node controller here. Okay, this one, I want it to be on this side. There we go. And then we'll do it on this side as well. This is a big node controller episode. Okay, this one I want to line up with this one. Perfect. So we don't really need the sound barriers on this part of the map. I wanted to put it over here because we will have residential out over this way. Speaking of residential, let's just zone in a couple more blocks. Okay. This is also a bit funky. So let's just try to readjust these nodes to make it a bit smoother. And I will just use node controller here to square the lane off a bit, but also this should line up with this. Oh. Okay, here we go again. This should line up with this. There we go. And then we'll double click it again. And then this should line up. This should line up with this. There we go. And then we'll just use the movement mod to readjust that. And holy moly, look at this. We have tons of people using this diamond interchange. And it's a good thing that we have an extra bit of space for them to queue up on. It's almost like we should have like a slip lane. And this is just a dedicated left. But we're not touching this one yet. We're gonna save this for when we really need it. Oh, look at this. Let's find out where this guy's going. Oh, he's actually going somewhere. Leaving the city. He's using this to turn around. So he came from somewhere over here and is using it to leave the city. Interesting. Okay, so we'll have to look at that once we get to it. All right, so now that we've done the 3 lanes through here, that should really improve the traffic flow in this area. And let's move on to these 3 intersections here. So I'm gonna start off with this one because this is the easiest to fix. This is a type of interchange that I really enjoy using in this, like on this national road type of build. And it looks like we've already done it. So it's just like a bit of a bypass. Shout out to Imperial Jedi again for showing this one. I think it was in the 5 Builders 1 City series where he showed this. And I was thinking about increasing the lanes on this side here, but I think what we'll do is we'll increase this to a 4-lane highway here. And when I said 5 Builders 1 City, you should check it out. Pretty cool series, and I was referencing the first season. They're in the 2nd season now. Okay, so we'll do that. And before I get any farther, let's just do this. Square the node. Perfect. And this should be an asymmetrical. Okay, and then what we're going to do is we're just going to tell everyone that they can go through. Oh, perfect, they can. And we'll also make sure that they know what lanes to get in and out of. Yes, but this one can also go here, and this guy can also go here, because I want them to be able to switch fast enough in between the next node. Probably not going to be an issue anyways, but let's look at upgrading this. Right up to here, so we have our dedicated lane here, and this can be, I'm thinking this could just be an asymmetrical, but I think what I want to do is I want to just plant this all down as a 4-lane road here, and then we'll readjust it as needed. All right, so this definitely needs to be, well, we have an option, we have a couple options here. So right now what we have is we just have one direction for each side. And that worked when it was like a very basic rural interchange. But I'm thinking now we might need to do something a bit different here. Okay, let's remove the arms. And what we'll do is we'll upgrade this basic diamond style interchange, and we'll do something like a Cloverleaf highway ramp. Yeah, I think a Cloverleaf would work. We do actually have a preset, which would probably save time if we were to just upgrade this. But I think I'd rather, yeah, I do have a bunch of these that are just pre-made. I think I'd rather show it in this kind of series that we're doing. So why don't we go back to highway here? And so what the idea is that people coming this way, they need to do a bit of a loop, connect up, and then we'll also get them to slide off this way. So this is the, if you want to go this way, we'll do like a half clover, I think is the term. So I guess I didn't really need to take off one of those arms, but that's okay. Let's go into free form here, and I want to leave enough space in between. So I mean, we should probably, yeah, let's just put it over here. So let's find a node. Make sure node snapping is on. Okay, so let's turn off here. Nice. And then we'll just swing over like this and connect up like that. Okay, and then we're just going to work on each direction at a time. So then the clover should start right after the entrance, or right after the through bridge here. So let's find a good spot, and we're just going to do this, and we're going to actually make it a pretty sizable clover leaf. I have to come back and readjust the shape here. Okay, so let's bring this back. What happens if you just hold Alt down? Yeah, this is a bit too big, so let's swing this over. It's gonna be a bit messy. Whoa! I pressed the wrong button. Okay, so let's swing this down. This one down. Okay, so I'm going to reshape this, and we'll just hold Alt down, and we'll just kind of grab the segments, and that should smooth things out a bit. Yeah, it's pretty good. It's a bit wonky over here, so let's try to grab the segments between here, make it a bit cleaner. There we go. Okay, and then I'll just slide it in underneath the highway here. Okay, and we'll come back with traffic manager once we're done. But from here all the way up to here, let's go with a slope. What? For real? Okay, let's try this again. How about let's go from here? There we go. Okay, that's a bit better. And that's for this direction, that's for this direction. Okay, so now let's go and stay on the same highway, do this side, and we will, it's a bit wonky still, but I'll straighten it up a bit later. Okay, so we'll go right from here, swing down, it's a pretty big interchange because we have the space. It's a rural interchange, and we'll just lower that down to the ground a bit, and then from here we'll just do a bit of a smooth slope. Oh, it already was. Okay, and I think we just need to straighten this up a bit, so we'll do that. Pull this out, hold Alt on the segments, and it will straighten things up a bit. That's pretty good. It's a bit steep, but again, I'll come back and clean it up a bit more because I do want to shrink this a bit. It's always a bit tricky to build these on stream here or while I'm recording. Okay, come on. But I guess you all get the gist of what I'm trying to do, so that's kind of what matters. Alright, so now we need the cloverleaf on this side. So I think what I'll do is I'll turn on that. Yeah, that works. So then right after the bridge, started about over here, so let's do that. I just want to really let's do that. I think that works. Didn't do the best job at creating a good circle last time, so I want to fix that this time. Oh darn, I'm gonna have to delete that. It looked pretty clean, but you want the connection to happen underneath the bridge. Yeah, that's much cleaner. Look at this one, jeez. Okay, let's focus on cleaning this up because we are running out of time. We still have another highway to deal with. Okay, let's bring this up. I think what I want to do is actually slide this node down a bit more. Because we do have two nodes pretty close together here, but there shouldn't be any lane switching. Okay. Let's try this one more time. And we'll go with slope. Oh, come on. Okay. Alright, well, this is going to be a manual thing then, I guess. And I will do it off camera because I just want to make sure it looks nice for you guys right now, but it doesn't seem like it wants to work with us on that. Okay, so now we're looking at this side, and we have a couple options here. We could see, this is where the full cloverleaf comes in. We could access this side, but right now we have no entrance or exit onto this highway here. So what we could do is we could first of all just leave it at that, so that you can't get onto this highway, which is an option. But we could also add a slip lane from here, which is probably what we're going to do, and it slides in right like that. But if they wanted to get onto this side of the highway, that is where you get a bit of trickery in. What we could do is build another clover, or we could add another slip lane like this. And I think that might work. Let's just take a quick peek at how they do it here. Yep, it is just like that. Well, that's the full clover. We're trying to do a half clover here. Whoa, almost clicked that in. Okay, so let's start off with this. We'll go from here, and we'll just kind of try to get it as close as possible. And then we will just slide in like that. We'll do the same thing from this side. We'll kind of curve in like this. Like so. So that's pretty good half clover here, but you can't access the other side. So what we could do is we could also do a bit of, because you don't want people turning left that much off these highways because it clogs up traffic. So what we could do is we could add in a bit of an overpass or an underpass. An underpass could be cool, but this is almost perfect. So we will have to actually have a left-hand turn lane here. So what we could do is we could just make these arms dual purpose, which would mean that we need to stretch this node out a bit more. So I'm gonna bring this in, swing that up like that, so there's no blockage. And this needs to be a bit flatter, unfortunately. And then what we can do is we can add something like this. Okay, this will all make sense in a second. Whoa! Let's do that. So this is going to be a left, unfortunately. So this is, again, like the idea that we're doing this is we're trying to not make the most perfect interchanges, but a realistic interchange for the time. Okay, so this is just a straight up right, though. So you're coming off the highway here, yeah, and then there's the left. Okay, yeah, this will work out great. And I definitely need to spend time cleaning this up because, man, oh man, can you get some messy little aspects to this interchange game. Darn trees in the road too. Alright, so then we need to make this a 2-lane section right here for merging. Okay, proper tree anarchy is on. Oh, that's why. Let's just move these trees out of the way. Perfect. And this is just going to be for merging here. I don't suspect it's going to be too crazy. Let's just go with nodes again. And I want to make sure that this is not sloped like that. We're going to have to lower this one too. Yeah, this side's pretty good. It's the other one that's concerning. Okay. That's pretty smooth. There's a bit of clipping, so I'm going to have to raise this up a bit. This will have to be raised up a slight bit as well. Okay, and then we come back in with the node controller as well. We are running out of time. And then you just make that sloped. And we do the same thing. Whoops. Okay, that's fine. We'll come in here with the node controller though. And we'll make this a middle node. Alright, so let's make sure we have proper arrows here. So this is a bit messy, unfortunately, but I think it'll work perfectly. So let's go with Control S here. We have a dedicated lane. This guy then swoops in over here. This is fine. We don't want them turning on that side because their turn. Well, actually, this arm should be over here then. Okay, so let's go like this. Turn that on. And we'll connect up like that. All right. It's a bit steep, isn't it? Okay, we'll lower this one into the ground here. And where's the next one? There it is. This one will do the same. This is, yeah, whew. This will be a bit dangerous to drive on. Okay. Well, this is going to work out much better for us in the long run. So let's just get these lane arrows in. Got some dedicated lanes here. We got 2 going into 1. I don't mind that happening, to be honest. What we could do is, since we're losing, this is a dedicated left, straight, we could just make this an asymmetrical. Let's go with this. Flip it around. And then we're going to have to redraw these bad boys in. Yep. And then let's come back through. We'll do this side. No, this is a left. Oh, come on. Let's just backspace this node. Okay, so this is a left. Straight. Straight and straight. So I will clean this intersection up at a later date. Okay, so we'll do this. This is perfect. Yep. But again, this is 2. This could probably just stay. Well, no, we need this lane. So we lose a lane here, and then we gain a lane. So let's do it from the other side then. There we go. Some dedicated lanes. And then... okay, we'll come back over here, and then we have this. Perfect. And then we will just come back and do this one all over again. And... oh, no, we don't want this one to do that, do we? So we're just going to press backspace. And this is the left. And straight. Okay, perfect. I should have realized that before we did these. Unfortunately, I didn't. Okay, there we go. And then we just need to join these ones up. So here's the issue. I think we need to have a 6-lane road through here in order to meet our lane maths. So I would love to have it a 6-lane highway connected together, but I'm not sure we do. So I think what we'll do is we'll have to go into this grouping, 4 units, 6-lane road here. And I'm just going to try to upgrade this little bit right here. Okay, and then we're going to come in with here, and we're going to edit. Oh no, wrong thing. You want this. Here we go. No crosswalk. And then we'll do the same thing on this side. No crosswalks. We kind of eliminate it. And I know it looks a bit different, but and then this darn post is in the way. Yeah, so now we have 6 full lanes here, so we'll come back over and we'll redo these arrows here. So they each have dedicated on and off spaces. We'll do the same thing on this side. So it is a bit tight. Then we lose a lane right here, so they have to merge. So this could also... yes, we need 3, and then they need to merge over here. Okay, so at least we just kind of give them some space to do that. And we just need to make sure that this is okay. All right, so let's just keep doing this lane mathematics thing. And go to here. Give them some on and off ramps. Or some on and off space at least. And I'm just gonna pull this back, and then we'll do the same thing over here. Wow, this is a long episode. Okay. Well, happy Friday indeed. There we go, and then we'll come over here. Perfect. Come on, there we go. All right, and then we'll do this. Whoops, wrong side, but that's okay. And we'll make sure that these guys have dedicated... oop, again, wrong space. That's funny. Okay, there we go. And okay, so let's just do a bit of revision here. Oh, look at this. And this also needs to be cleaned up. What the heck? we go. Cleaning this up. Much nicer. Holy cow. And this should probably be raised a bit higher. So I'm going to touch lower. Okay. It works. Trying to avoid the left-hand lanes here, so we have a dedicated lane for these folks. We'll let this kind of go for a little bit. It looks like we have a light here, which is not something I want. So we'll have to come back here with some yield signs. So let's yield on this on, and then let's yield on this on over here. Same thing, yield. This should probably be a 2-lane road. Perfect. And let's just come back over with some more yields. So they're good over here. Let's yield like that. And these guys, let's just tell them to keep going, because I don't want them queuing up like that. And let's just say you go through the junction, because there is definitely no issue with that, since this is a highway after all. And we'll just say that over here, and we'll do this on all of them, on this street at least. There we go. Go through. Go through. So in a way, this can just go down to a 1-lane even, and then we just hook back up into 2. But let's just take a look at this, because I did see some weird jumping. I don't mind if cars are using this as a dual purpose, because it's not that busy. Although, if we are doing lane mathematics, 3 down to 2, down to 1, down up to 2. But I think it's fine for what we're using it for. And they go into 6 lanes here, where they can kind of jump up, so they're get into the left lane here if they want to right away, or cars can stay on the left lane over here, and then they can queue up for this left-hand turn. So I think what I want to do then is say no lane switching over here, and then I also want to drag this node a bit closer over this way, because I don't want them lane switching over here either. What I want them to do is, oh, okay, I see. This might not actually work, because I wanted them to be able to jump up a lane. So this guy right here should be able to do that. This guy should be able to go down a lane. So then if they're in the left lane here, they need an opportunity to jump down a lane. So let's do this, and I want this guy to be able to go into that lane. Okay, a bit complicated, but now they have a pretty strong queue. Yes, right here, this guy can jump up into this lane if they are turning. Although they shouldn't really want to anyways, because they could have just stayed straight on the highway. But I think this turned out pretty nicely. We got this in place. We got this 4-lane road here. This needs to be a middle node. It's gonna be like an hour-long episode. Holy cow. And we didn't even touch the last interchange that we wanted to do. But, you know, it worked. And this is the next interchange that we should do. I think what we'll do is we'll just add in a slip lane here, because I did really want to fix this, because it's definitely needed, right? So, there we go. Add a slip lane in, and then we'll do the same thing right from here. Very, 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 very roughly, you know. Okay, so then we'll just do this. Make sure that they can go in both directions here. Let's add a stoplight in. And let's just come back over here, because I don't want them to be able to turn, even though these guys are already doing it. And let's do the same thing right here. Okay, and we'll have to do this on every single junction. Oh, we already got that one in place. Okay, so they shouldn't be able to turn right here. So what I want them to do is it's just left and straight, left and straight, straight and left, straight and left. Yeah, okay, and we could also just add in asymmetrical roads as well. But I think we're just going to lose what we just did, didn't we? Yeah, we're good like that. Okay, let's just do it one more time. Sorry about that. Okay, perfect. There we go. Left, straight, left, straight, straight, left, left, straight. Okay, so there's no right-hand turns. Perfect. And I know we already did this, but I should have realized with the lane maths first, unfortunately. And I don't mind them doing that. Oh, right here, we need to make sure that they don't switch. And here, they're already doing it. Okay, and all right, really quick little traffic fix, very temporary. And I don't know where we got in our traffic. 79, I think we went up 2%, but yeah, this sure is getting busy here. The thing about this game, man, is you can just keep on playing. Holy cow. Very busy. Just clean this up a bit. Do the same thing over here. All right, so we're just gonna come over here with the smoothing tool and just smooth it out. Just turn up the brush, more than that. All right, bit of a half Cloverleaf with a bit of funkiness, but it works, and that's what matters. All right, guys, well, hope you have a great day, and I'll catch you next time. Try to get a nice picture of both these interchanges. Peace out.